I'm gon' bust your head. I'm gon' bust your head. I'm gon' bust your head. I'm gon' bust your head.
Here we go. Spar Star MMA is proud to present the re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the welterweight division. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Mylan Ayers. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black and red trunks. He is training out of King's MMA in Huntington Beach by way of Anaheim. He weighed in 163 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jovan Williamson. His opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing black trunks. He is training out of Saxon's Muay Thai in Van Nuys, California. He weighed in 170 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Elvis Angulo. All right, here we go. The re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the welterweight division.
Couple 170-pounders getting ready to do bang. 3 2-minute rounds. Jovan Williamson fighting out of King's MMA up against John Elvis Angulo fighting out of Saxon's Muay Thai. Couple local boys here getting ready to make good. And we are underway. The third man in charge of the action, Mylan Ayers.
Jovan Williamson has Johnny Mercurio in his corner from King's MMA. Another familiar face from the professional scene.
Johnny Merc, of course, has some KO power in both of his hands.
Interesting struggle here for leverage. You see how tall Williamson is, but he's got a strange grip on the back of the head of Angulo and one overhook.
Yeah, both fighters appear to be fighting rather tall right here. Wouldn't it benefit Angulo perhaps to dive under for a double leg or to shoot from here?
Well, Angulo has a body lock. You know, he just needs to set up a leg trip possibly or change level. Referee gonna split him up, split him up here. Is my prediction.
Williamson doing a good job to mitigate any damage on the inside. Keeping Angulo tied up. Mylan Ayers has seen enough. He's calling a stop. He wants to set these guys in the center.
Yep.
Let's see if we can let them hands go, boys. Jovan flirts with the switch kick, but it misses.
I think that Williams, I would think, would be popping a strong jab with all that reach. Also, maybe throw out a body kick or two.
A slip by Angulo opens the door for Williams to press him up against the cage.
Williams doesn't seem to know what to do with the grips, though. He kind of hugging the head and pummeling, but not sure of what strategy he wants to use to try to do damage or get the fight to the ground.
You know, as a guy who's trained Muay Thai, a lot of times you see people grabbing that plum clinch behind the head with both hands, but it's not simply hand placement. You really got to control the head from that position and yank on the neck. Now Williams starting to get his hands go. Williamson landing, flirts with a kick at the end of the round, but we will see round number 2.
Angulo having a tough time dealing with the reach of Williamson. He didn't take much damage, but you could see where he would try to punch. He was 6 inches away.
Julio Trena and Georgie Garcia of Saxon's Muay Thai in the corner of their fighter, John Elvis Angulo. And as you mentioned earlier, one of the toughest pro fighters in all of Southern California, Johnny Mercurio in the corner of Jovan Williamson. How did you score that first round?
Man, it's very hard to score. Neither guy really did any damage. I mean, did Angulo land anything? I know Williamson pulled a couple shots that landed. Nothing significant. It was mostly that round was spent up against the cage with ineffective strikes.
You know, that's a round that, depending on where the judges are sitting, that could play heavily into who they saw won that frame. All right, round 2 getting ready to start here. Mile and Ayers calls a start to the action. Both fighters take center of the cage and start pawing with their jabs. Williamson bouncing, moving from his right to his left. Angulo looking to make an entrance perhaps, but not using that jab effectively enough to get inside. Now switching stances. Swing and a miss on the deep leg kick.
There's a right hand from Williamson.
Ooh, that was a sharp right hand from Williams. Williamson crisp with that right hand, keeping it cocked. Perhaps he senses a counterpunch opening. Oh, he almost had it right there.
He's a little hesitant to let his hands go.
Angulo perhaps overcommitting to his kicks.
Nice takedown from Williamson. Wasn't able to hold it down, though. Looking to bring him back down, and it does. Very nice suplex to land on top, side control.
Jovan Williams perhaps taking control here. Halfway through the second round, inside control.
Let's see what he's got on the ground. I don't know if he's going to look to advance position here. There's a Kimura, I'm sorry, an Americana waiting for him.
Mile and Ayers asking for action as he approaches. Jovan Williams achieves the mount. That should be enough to keep him off for a little bit.
Oh yeah, you can't reset, you can't reset somebody who has mount position. I don't care if he falls asleep on top of the guy. We got 23 seconds left here. Williamson should be looking for a finish. Angulo using that gable grip to pin his head to Williamson's to try to keep him from posturing up, landing anything significant. It's working so far.
Williams separating at his hips to posture instead of pulling his shoulders off the chest. Opening up the sweep for Angulo, but he does not achieve it.
Some nice shots there at the buzzer. A little too late in that round. Probably should have looked for that 20 seconds ago, but that round will go to Williamson probably.
So in a clear case of the first round going to either fighter, the second round clearly falls in the corner of Jovan Williams. With that second frame, the ending with the ground and pound, he may have clearly taken control of this fight. Only the third round will tell. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for tuning in on the Global Combat Network. Our friends at MMA Madhouse, Skippy Cohen and Lopati, we appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us. And of course, our friends and family over there at the other side of the table, JT Media. JT Media and their crew make this whole thing possible for us to be here talking to you tonight. So we would be remiss without thanking them profusely. Here we go, round 3, the final round of the final fight of Spar Star MMA. History has been made tonight, Kevin.
Sure has. And a ton of exciting fights tonight. And this one here I'm enjoying. It's a nice exchange on the ground there from Williamson. Nice takedown to mount. See if he can duplicate that. I think that's where he should try to keep this fight. Like some kind of a disturbance on the side of the cage here. Now we're ready to go.
Yeah, you might not want to throw stuff at Larry Landless. He's a big boy. Jovan Williams looking to parlay that second round. Williamson, I'm sorry, looking to parlay that second round into a third round finish perhaps, starting a little bit more aggressively with his hands.
Nice right hand from Williamson.
Oh. Ooh, Angulo lands a tripping leg kick.
That was a big one. Williamson back up though, no worse for the wear. Still in that orthodox stance.
A little bit of rubber on that leg though. And another one right over the knee. Perfect placement by Angulo. Perhaps a little deep on his foot.
Williamson trying some trickery of his own. Angulo's going to wind up that leg kick again. It could be 1 round to 1. It could be 2 rounds to none. We don't know. But either way, both guys need to go after this like they need to finish.
Williamson in on a body lock again.
Williamson's going to. I'm going to predict Williamson to turn aggressively and
Looking for the trip.
Pull this fight to the ground here. Both fighters looking for an outside leg trip, nothing doing.
Williamson has Angulo again pressed back up against the cage. You gotta stay down.
And referee gonna separate. That's a good separation. 26 seconds left in the round. Make a lasting impression on the judges here. Another big leg kick from Angulo. Oh, big overhand right from Angulo lands. Nice front kick from Williamson. Both guys.
Angulo throwing caution to the wind here, perhaps sensing that he's down, looking to deliver. But Williamson just sponging up the distance. And that's the end of the fight, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. I couldn't call it either way, really. I mean, first round was anybody's round. That round was anybody's round. Second round was Williamson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'd like to thank Renato Laranja, 27-time Mundial champion, for sitting in our broadcast booth, chopping it up with us. Again, we have to make a shout out to our friends and family over at JT Media for making all this possible. And then, of course, our Spar Star family, Tony T-Bone Steaks Padilla, the lovely and talented Barbie Padilla. We love you so much. Thank you all for having us. Our sponsors for the evening, YTAP Clothing, Tap Out HQ, OCFightDocs.com, Down to Scrap, which has been there since the absolute very beginning, YTAP Clothing, Sniper Fightwear. Sniper Fightwear, we got to give a special shout out to Sniper Fightwear. They've been sponsoring Spar Star since the jump. Bum Rush Clothing, selling items inside today, as well as Validated Sinner. And of course, our family over at Gone 3 Fighting Lifestyle. Those guys go out of their way for all of their fighters. They don't represent fighters, they represent family. Gone 3 Fight Style for the best in you.
Also, let's not forget Lambs to Lions, Takedown Grappleware, Fight Formula, Paul Hernandez State Farm Insurance if you're in need of any insurance. That pretty much rounds out the list. Lots of sponsors for this event. We appreciate all your hard work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to turn this one over to the veteran ring announcer, Jim Fitzgerald, for your final decision. I am Jonathan King. With me, as always, my broadcast partner, Kevin Widows. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in on the Global Combat Network, and we will see you next time at Spar Star MMA. Take it away, Jim Fitz.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, once again, let's give both fighters a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Judge at ringside, Larry Landis scores about 29-28 in favor of Angulo. Judge at ringside, Jackie Denkin scores about 29-28 in favor of Williamson. And judge at ringside, Dr. Nelson Hamilton scores about